End Zone, sponsored by Noble McIntyre Law.
And welcome to another edition of the End Zone. Along with Stone Weber, I am Colby Daniels, and we welcome back from vacation Cameron Johnson, who is basking in the glow of her European trip, while all three of us, I think, are basking in the glow of American glory earlier this week.
Yep.
What a week it's been. The U.S. World Cup is sensational. The knockout rounds have given us nothing but thrilling drama in nearly every match, and you pair that with U.S. success. It's been a wild ride, Cameron.
It has been so fun. And first of all, I am so glad to be back here where people are addressing the World Cup, because I went to Italy, and the unspoken rule there is we do not mention the World Cup because they did not qualify. So it was hard to find any place that was showing games, and it's nice to watch things at a normal time again. But yeah, it has just been such a fun tournament, especially because of the United States success, but as well the upsets we've seen already is it's awesome.
We've had so many great matches, so many big highlights. I'm biased, obviously, but Malik Tillman's goal in the second half, the 82nd minute of their matchup with Bosnia, to me is an all-time great USA soccer moment. And part of it is because of the context of the goal, right? You have this matchup that you're supposed to win on home soil, the red card to Balogun, and it feels like maybe everything is slipping through your fingers, and you have the weight of all of this anxiety on the line, and when that ball hit the net, you just felt the release of all of that pressure. And I mean, just to be a fan, I got off I'm fist pumping. Like it was just an awesome moment as a sports fan in general.
It was, and I think Cameron and I were just talking about it. Like you said, the Balogun red card, a lot of questioning behind it. The foul that led to the U.S. free kick there, a little bit questionable. You think maybe the referee's saying, well, maybe we need to give him a little bit of a break here, get the yellow card. But yeah, like you said, getting the goal, then going down a man, and you think, okay, they're probably going to have to play defense here, have to try and just defend, not give up anything. Survive, like they were talking all about on the broadcast, but to score on the free kick, like you said, the release, and then to be able to have the clean sheet as well gives you all kinds of confidence going into the next game.
Well, and especially when you know your next opponent is the same team that knocked you out in 2014 now. I mean, you don't want to go into that game knowing you just had to survive your way to that point. So I think release, the same thing there, like to just get that goal and show, yes, we are a man down, but we still have control of our fate in this game, sent a big message, and to end it that way is going to be a huge momentum booster going into Monday.
The post-game scene was absolutely wild. Country Roads Take Me Home is blaring. Everybody's singing along. You have McKinney walking around the stadium, like playing up to the fans. It was just it was an iconic moment to just sit there and watch, even through the screen. I can't imagine what it was like to actually be inside that stadium. And then Malik Tillman spoke after the match. You could see he was clearly emotional about his thoughts on the goal.
No, it's been a lot of thoughts, to be honest. Now, of course, I practice it in training. And then, I mean, you never know when it's going to happen. But luckily today it happened, and now I was ready for it. I felt confident, and now happy it went in.
Such an incredible moment for U.S. soccer and for U.S. fans all over the country. U.S. going to play Belgium on Monday night, 7 p.m. on Fox. Massive matchup. I am absolutely geeked for what this is going to give us from a dramatic standpoint. And fingers crossed that Balogun gets one more opportunity to play in this World Cup. He's been so sensational. Coming up this weekend, we have Thunder Summer League action in Salt Lake City. Beginning on the 4th of July, the Oklahoma City Thunder will play the Memphis Grizzlies. They'll play 3 games in 4 days. I think Adai Mara is probably my biggest question mark, what I want to see, but Summer League action going to give us something, at least a takeaway from this new crop of players.
Sure, and I think the biggest thing to circle there, July 7th, being able to go up against Darren Peterson, right? The Thunder, Bennett Sturtz, and Ortega Owe getting to go up against the number 2 overall pick. I think that's something Thunder fans should definitely be excited about, seeing how their young guys can go up against potentially a future star in the NBA.
Yeah. All right, we got to take a time out. We have the sporting director from OKC for soccer coming up next right here on the End Zone. All right, welcome back to the End Zone. We got to talk World Cup. World Cup fever has taken over America. Obviously, we'll hit the big match in a moment, but we have a very special guest, the sports director from OKC for soccer, Siad Kara Selimovic.
Well done.
Is that
Wow.
good enough?
done.
Well done.
You can correct me if
No,
there's a better
there's
way to do
nothing
it.
to correct.
I practiced it a few. I'm notoriously bad for pronunciation.
Not today.
I'm glad I nailed it, like the Malik Tillman free kick in the U.S.'s win. But welcome to the show. We're glad to have you. Timing is perfect. So much excitement around the sport in general.
Absolutely. Well, it's great to be here. Thank you for inviting me. You're right. Absolutely. World Cup. I mean, that's the biggest event in the world that comes up only once every 4 years. So I'm happy I'm here during this big event.
So you've got a new position, pro soccer in OKC coming in 2028. You getting settled? How are you liking the landscape so far?
I am getting settled slowly but surely, but I love it. I love it. It is incredible. I've been around the city very much every day, going from south to north to east to west. And it is an incredible excitement in the city about soccer in general. And of course, as you just said yourself, it's the World Cup. And during the World Cup, excitement goes up exponentially.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of excitement about the U.S.'s win, although, they had to face some adversity as Florian Balogun gets the red card. So out of the gate, I just got to ask you, was it deserving of a red card, or was that a bad call? How do you view it?
Man, I love the question right off the bat.
That's what everybody wants to know. That's the question I've had.
Look, I will say it's absolutely was something that was accidental. I mean, he wasn't even looking at it, but if you do look at the rules itself regarding what happened, by the rules, it is a red card. So you could argue it in every which direction also, but I'm sure also Miguel Almiron from Paraguay can also argue when he had his hand over his mouth. But the rule's a rule, and I think with that one, I have to say the referee, based on the rules, made the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, just in watching that play, I was torn on it. It was absolutely a yellow at the very least, but the whole intense side of things again, and then the controversy of VAR and the slow-mo in the first place being kind of a big question mark, had a lot of people scratching their heads. I mean, it's a huge blow either way.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. It's an immense blow. Balogun has been incredible in the World Cup. And just the system that the U.S. is playing actually works for him extremely well. And I mean, he took advantage of it. Big blow, but again, the ones you don't have with, you're gonna have to deal with. You're gonna have to do it without them. So.
This team feels like it has something special, but he kind of has been the missing ingredient for what has not been, I think, very relevant in U.S. soccer on this stage, at least.
100%. 100%. I mean, he brings not just physicality. He brings the flair. He also brings the experience from playing many difficult games every week in, week out. So yeah, I agree. He was a missing ingredient for a long time, but hopefully he'll serve this suspension and he'll be back for the game after Belgium.
Yeah, you mentioned the excitement of being here earlier, especially with it being a World Cup in the United States. You're seeing like the fan base both here and across the United States just invest in soccer more than they have before, or football. Having seen this U.S. team 4 games in now, they've had a loss, but a lot of wins, a lot of good success. What do you make of what you have seen out of this team, and what is the realistic expectation?
Look, it definitely is a big improvement. I think that first game against Paraguay was, I want to say, a little bit of a catalyst because they went out. Really, I mean, it was that first half against Paraguay was absolutely incredible. It's probably the best I've ever seen U.S. national team play. And when things start going your way, especially in the first game, the confidence goes up, the fans come behind you, and it's a tough game ahead of them against Belgium for sure. I mean, having somebody like Lukaku up front and everything else behind him as well that'll support him. I do think U.S. is at least at 50-50 for that game, at least, and especially if the fans do their job as they should.
Yeah.
And they definitely should rally behind the team. I think everything's possible. I mean, look at Morocco, for example, in Qatar, getting to the point where they got. I mean, look at Croatia as well in the last couple of World Cups as well. I think all of these countries have proven that if you've got the right mix on the field, if you've got the right camaraderie in the locker room, right leadership obviously from the coaching staff, but also the support from the fans, they can get far.
I have a bad case of FOMO for what's going to happen in Seattle on Monday night in that matchup. I would imagine that is going to be an extraordinary scene. I want to get your take on the World Cup's impact on U.S. soccer across the country, and then how that's going to impact soccer locally as well. Because anytime you have an event that's this big and draws this many people in, it's going to do nothing but help, I would assume.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I mean, you'll have the situation right now. When you go out there, I was at many watch parties. I've been at many games during the World Cup. I mean, you see little kids running around in soccer jerseys with their favorite players in the back. I was at a watch party. I was at a watch party 2 nights ago, where there was a couple hundred people watching the game, and you see, 2-year-olds running around chasing a soccer ball, and they're not even trying to catch it with their hands, but trying to kick it with their feet. I mean, right there you see the future, and it's not just in the United States. It's Oklahoma City has definitely caught the fever. I mean, you walk through all the regular bars, you walk through all the regular places where soccer people gather, and you see just incredible excitement. You just see joy.
Yeah.
It's always fun to watch every World Cup cycle, it seems. You see people who aren't usually invested in the sport get more invested in it, and then for at least the year after, people are starting to pick up the sport recreationally, competitively. That happens normally, but with it being here in the U.S., it's an extra special opportunity to capitalize on that and keep it going beyond just the first year after, and really kind of push this into being a prominent sport here in this country.
I agree, and I'll tell you a little story that I read somewhere, which was absolutely incredible. I read that 2 friends were talking before the World Cup started, and one of the guys says to the other guy, says, "Oh my God, I mean, World Cup soccer, what's that? I mean, who cares about it?" 2 games in, after Pulisic wasn't playing, he came out and said, "Oh my God, what are we going to do now? As Pulisic is not playing, we got to get ready for the next game." So that tells you
so true.
It tells you the flip from one side to the other, and the fantastic thing is when you go to the World Cup, you'll see these die-hard soccer fans who are out there, who travel the world, who, as soon as this World Cup is over, they're gonna try to save money for the next one. So for 4 years, so they can go to it. But you also see people who, are not die-hard soccer fans, who they just become absolutely intoxicated. I was last night with a gentleman watching the U.S. soccer game, who was a baseball player his whole life. And it is incredible how many soccer games he watches on a daily basis. I said, this is absolutely impossible. But I think the other benefit of just general soccer for us here, especially in Oklahoma City, is, look, we have the opportunity, and we're taking really advantage of it, of bringing the world and the world of soccer to Oklahoma City. Especially you saw the visit that we had recently from the president of the Czech Federation, Mr. David Trunda, and also as a member of the FIFA Global Soccer Development Committee, come to us, and he himself was absolutely impressed, not just what U.S. has to offer as far as soccer, not just as far as infrastructure, but as far as passion, but what we have to offer here in Oklahoma City. And I want to say, we also had the opportunity to give him a little bit of Oklahoma City for him to take it back to Czech Republic, to FIFA, and to the world.
Well, you mentioned OKC. Obviously, you guys are going to start in 2028. We've seen renderings of the new stadium. What's next for you in terms of the preparation for 2028?
It is, number one, understanding the community, because it's always great where I come from and all that I've done in my life. But that's relevant, but it's more relevant where I am coming, and to understand the community that I'm coming to see what this community needs. So I will be going around a lot, meeting a lot of people, watching a lot of soccer, and at the same time talking to a lot of people in the national soccer community, but also international soccer community, to explain to them what we're bringing to the world of soccer in the coming years.
Well, we got to get together for a watch party at some point, and we'll certainly have you back sometime soon. We'll get educated a little bit more if we make that watch party happen. So we certainly appreciate the time. We look forward to everything you're going to do here in OKC. Sports Director for OKC for Soccer. We got to take a time out. It is Moving the Chains coming up next right here on The End Zone. It is time for Moving the Chains, along with Cameron Johnson and Stone Weber. I am Colby Daniels. Stone, you're going to start with 1st and 10. Cameron's going to give you positive or negative yards depending on how well or not well you answer these questions, or give us your opinion on these questions. So 1st and 10, OU is going to open this season on a Friday night. They should make this a permanent college football opening night for the Sooners. What do you think on Friday nights?
I think so. I think it allows you to have the game in prime time. I think also going back a couple years ago, 2019 against Houston was on a Sunday. You're the only big game going on that allows people to see your stadium and see your fans, see your team. So I think it's a great opportunity.
For the prime time part of it, I do like that and getting the viewership. But I also think it makes it tough for families who have like high school football players, so you kind of lose a little bit of that crowd. So I'm on the fence about it. I'll give you a pickup of 2 there.
Pickup of 2, probably a 3-yard loss for my delivery of that question. OU should make a Friday night college football opener permanent, but I absolutely love the idea. Separate yourself from everyone else getting underway, and then kind of opens the door for you to just kind of view the rest of the college football landscape on that opening weekend. So I love it. All right, 2nd and 8. Buy or sell John Mateer's rebuilt throwing motion. Are people making too big a deal about this, or is this a major factor for OU's success?
I don't know if it's necessarily a major factor. I think it gets highlighted a lot. Like you see, he's wearing a T-shirt and shorts. He got a towel, and he's just throwing the ball at the Manning Passing Academy. So I think it's exciting to see John Mateer throwing, and hopefully, the thumb is rebounded well, and it won't be as big of an issue as it was towards the end of last season. But I think it's getting blown a little bit out of proportion.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a wait-and-see thing. Plus, I think he kind of went through a little bit, like when he was injured last season, there was a moment where people were like, he's kind of changing it up, and then it really didn't change in the game itself. So I think, again, wait and see. So 3, pick up a 3 there.
There you go, 3rd and 5. I would argue just the experience he got last year and being healthy makes a bigger deal. But look, it's never a bad thing to maybe work on some of your weaknesses. So 3rd and 5. All right, love or hate the new NBA free throw rule that they're going to try out in the Summer League. Basically, you get 1 free throw to score the amount of points that the free throw might be worth. So if you get fouled on a 3-pointer, you get 1 free throw to be awarded 3 points. If you get fouled on a 2-pointer, you get 1 free throw to be awarded 2 points.
Hate it. I don't like it at all. I think at the college game this would be really exciting, right? There's a little bit more variability. It could go any way, but these are professional basketball players, right? You should, if you get fouled on a 3, you should have to make all 3 free throws or miss all 3 free throws. I don't necessarily think they need any more offensive breaks, especially in the NBA today when teams are scoring 110, 120 points a game, so I don't like it.
That's a first down for me. I think I don't agree with that at all. Again, like you also love the pressure of you need 2 points, you miss your first one, and now the pressure's on that second one. That's not fun.
That's right. Look, I don't necessarily love watching free throws, but it completely changes the game. I hate it. We'll see what happens. I'm willing at least to view it in the Summer League as opposed to at the NBA level, but my initial thought is I'm against it. All right, you already picked up the first down, so this one is just extra. Stance on fireworks. Are you a firework guy or no?
Great. Fireworks are great. Of course, great on 4th of July and big celebrations, so of course. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I love fireworks, especially the ones you